Sheff G, from stardom to a shocking guilty plea, he built a music empire from the streets, amassing over 1 million followers on social media and generating millions of views with his music videos. Sheff G wasn't just a name in the drill rap world, he was a movement. His voice echoed through Brooklyn and beyond, symbolizing the rise of a new generation of hip-hop. He even made headlines in 2023 for publicly supporting the president during a campaign stop, aligning himself with political discourse in a way few rappers ever do. By all accounts, Sheff G's career was only going up, but this past week, everything came to a halt. The rapper, born Michael Williams, pleaded guilty to attempted murder, a shocking turn for someone whose name had become synonymous with musical success. And today we're diving deep into the charges, the context, and the potential fallout of this high-profile case. Prosecutors allege that Sheff G funneled money earned from his music into funding gang activity in Brooklyn, specifically violence carried out by members of the 8 Trade Crips and an affiliated group known as the 9 Ways. He is one of 32 defendants named in a massive 140-count indictment. Despite the gravity of the charges, Sheff G agreed to a plea deal that includes just 5 years in prison followed by 5 years of supervised release. To understand how things got to this point, let's rewind to 2020, the year prosecutors say marked one of the most egregious incidents tied to this criminal conspiracy. On October 21, 2020, a mass shooting erupted in Brooklyn. Surveillance footage allegedly captured a man, Commander Dato, emerging from the sunroof of a moving vehicle and opening fire. Additional gunmen fired from both sides of the car. Multiple individuals were shot, and tragically, one of their rivals, 23-year-old Theodore Sr., was killed. Prosecutors say Sheff G wasn't present at the scene, but his role was no less pivotal. According to authorities, just an hour after the shooting, Sheff G sent a text confirming the act had been carried out. He followed up by sharing pictures of the deceased and circulating news articles detailing the shooting. 2 days later, prosecutors say he treated gang members to an extravagant dinner in celebration of their rival's murder. This act was far from isolated. The indictment outlines a series of violent events between 2019 and 2023, many of which were allegedly carried out with firearms. At least 40 guns were used across 12 separate shootings, resulting in 13 victims, including 3 innocent bystanders. On April 6, 2021, for instance, a 53-year-old man and a 43-year-old woman were injured by stray bullets when gang members opened fire on a rival. Prosecutors allege that Sheff G himself drove the getaway car. Then, on June 20th of the same year, 10 members of the 8 Trade Crips reportedly attacked one of their own, suspecting him of betraying Sheff G. According to court documents, Sheff G rewarded violent acts with expensive jewelry and cash bonuses, incentivizing members to remain loyal and aggressive. Another notable figure named in the indictment is rapper Tegan Chambers, better known as Sleepy Hallow. Like Sheff G, Sleepy Hallow is a rising name in the drill rap scene, even going viral recently on TikTok for his collaboration with Grammy-winning artist Dokia on the track Anxiety. His case is still pending, with the next court appearance scheduled for April 11. Now, despite prosecutors pushing for a 20-year sentence for Sheff G, his plea deal cut that down to just 5 years in prison. A Brooklyn district attorney spokesperson expressed frustration, stating, "Notoriety should not shield this defendant from justice. He used his fame to fund and direct violence that terrorized our streets." Nevertheless, they acknowledged that he would finally be held accountable. 17 out of the 32 defendants have also pleaded guilty so far, while the remaining cases, including Sleepy Hallows, are still moving through the court system. To help us better understand the implications of this case, we spoke with Detective Eric Barnes, an experienced investigator who has worked extensively on gang-related cases involving rappers. While he's not affiliated with this particular case, his insight provides important context. "These kinds of cases just keep coming," Barnes said. "When someone pleads guilty in a case like this, it's a big deal, not just for the individual, but for the entire gang." We asked him whether Sheff G might have taken the fall for others in his crew, adhering to the often unspoken no snitching rule that governs many gang affiliations. But Barnes had doubts. 5 years isn't a huge sentence for attempted murder, he noted. He's the moneymaker. I'd expect someone else to take the charge to keep the gang financially afloat, not the other way around. The sentence's relative leniency, compared to what prosecutors initially wanted, raises questions. How did a 20-year ask turn into just 5? Barnes offered a practical answer. Big cases come with big problems. With 140 counts and 32 defendants, you're going to run into issues. Witnesses may back out. Co-defendants may refuse to cooperate. It's complicated. That complexity is made worse when cases stretch over years, as this one has. You have to master the details, Barnes said. Each defendant has a different role, and as an investigator, you have to connect the dots with whatever evidence you can find, text messages, social media posts, surveillance footage. That brings us to the role of social media and music in all this. Drill rap, the genre that Sheff G and Sleepy Hallow are known for, is raw, gritty, and often controversial. It's seen by fans as an unfiltered window into the artist's life. But critics argue it glorifies violence, and this case seems to confirm their concerns. There used to be a rule in gang life: you don't talk about crimes after they happen, Barnes explained. But now, to stay relevant in the music world, especially in drill, you have to live what you rap about. And if you're not the one pulling the trigger, you better be supporting the ones who are. That support can be financial, logistical, or emotional, but it also makes artists like Sheff G central figures in these violent networks. Once you've built a persona and career rooted in gang ties, leaving that world behind becomes incredibly difficult. Barnes believes that many of these artists, Sheff G included, struggle to break free. Sheff G might use this time to build a narrative, how he kept it real, didn't snitch, did his time like a soldier. That kind of story sells records. Still, there's no denying the impact this case has had on Sheff G's trajectory. He's not yet been formally sentenced, but his plea deal is already shaping the conversation around drill music, gang culture, and the fine line between entertainment and criminality. We asked Barnes if he thought someone from within the gang cooperated with authorities to make this case as detailed and expansive as it is. His response? Absolutely. When people get caught up, it becomes every man for himself. Someone always talks. They might not admit it publicly, but you better believe that's how prosecutors get this kind of info. As we move forward, one question looms. Is this the beginning of a shift in how law enforcement handles these cases, or just another chapter in an ongoing saga of crime, music, and fame? I don't think it's going away, Barnes admitted. Rap and street life are still deeply connected. You need money, support, security. It all comes from the street. And once you're in, it's hard to get out. With Sheff G's formal sentencing set for August 13th and Sleepy Hallow's next court appearance on April 11th, we'll be watching closely. Whether Sheff G's career rebounds or fades away remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the intersection of fame, gang culture, and music is as volatile and fascinating as ever.